Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Hangout with ST. She's Alyssa.
And he's Hairianto, and Hangout with ST is a weekly show where we bring you the hottest topics of the week.
Okay, that works as well.
Yep.
From anything that is local to everything that's happening
Around the world.
You really threw me off there.
I threw myself off too.
And this is episode 75.
Very nice. And as always, we are coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom. So do leave a comment and we'll read it later during the show.
Yeah, and we also have our very own social media as well, our Instagram and then our email. We've been receiving quite a bit of emails.
Quite a few pictures.
Yeah, and quite a few pictures as well. So if you want to work with us, you want to collaborate, you want to pitch anything at all, you can get in touch with us via these two mediums.
That's right.
So,
yes, this week. I'm still full. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, concentrate. Okay.
Concentrate, focus, yes.
Focus, okay. So this week we're going to talk about what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Brownface and the video by Preetipls and her brother Subhas.
And then we'll talk about NDP because it's coming up one more week. And in fact, we have a giveaway for you as well. So stay tuned till the end. We'll tell you more about the NDP giveaway.
Last but not least, we have Mr. Vernon Kwek here. He is the Chief Executive of Premac Services and Engineering.
Now he's going to be sharing with us his story. Now, of course, the interview that he did with one of our colleagues actually did very well. So we got him onto our show tonight and he'll be speaking to all of us. So partake in our conversation. If you have anything that you want to say, just write in the comments below. And then, of course, we'll end things off with Facebook Face Off, of which I've been winning for the past 2-3 weeks.
Good job.
Let's see whether I'll win again.
Okay. We do have quite a few, more than a lot of people watching this week. I have a strong feeling it's due to the brownface issue. I'm quite nervous about it.
Are you?
To be
but
honest,
hey, you know,
everyone's been talking about it.
We all need to talk about it, right?
We do, yeah.
And then, of course, really, if you have any opinions, anything that you want to say as well, leave in the comments. But again, we want, constructive comments, really. If you have nothing constructive to say, if you're just going to say something mean, then don't say it lah. Huh?
No swearing, okay?
Yeah, no swearing, okay? Very important. No vulgarities, huh?
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so that Preetipls video about the Nets e-payment ad, you all know about it, that featured MediaCorp artist Dennis Chew. We also know that her video has since been taken down and the matter is under police investigation.
And of course, this is what Singapore's Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam said about the video. Have a look.
This rap video insults Chinese Singaporeans, uses four-letter words on Chinese Singaporeans, vulgar gestures, pointing a middle finger, to make minorities angry with Chinese Singaporeans. When you use four-letter words, vulgar language, attack another race, put it out in public, we have to draw the line and say, not acceptable. And it's not a defense to say, oh, I did it in response to something that I didn't like. If something you didn't like, then you ask for an apology. If you think it is criminal, you make a police report. You don't yourself cross the line. People can also say, why should we take this so seriously? Surely one video, it's not going to lead to violence. No, surely people will laugh this off. Maybe so. But think of it as if we allow this, then we have to allow other videos. There can be then hundreds of such videos. Right? You allow one, you have to allow 100. What do you think will happen to our racial harmony, social fabric? How will people look at each other? And suppose you allow this video. Let's say a Chinese now does a video attacking Indians, Malays, using four-letter words, vulgar gestures, same kind of videos. And let's say there are hundreds or thousands of such videos. How do you think the Indians and the Malays will feel? Would people feel safe? Would the minorities feel safe? There are good reasons why Singapore is different. Why there is racial harmony here. Why all races feel safe. Why minorities feel safe. And we must maintain that. We will maintain that.
Okay, so there you go. That was from Min K. Shanmugam. And of course, Minister of State Zaki Muhammad also put up a Facebook post about what he thought about the video. You can see right there.
It's pretty long, so you can read the full thing at your leisure.
Yeah, so
on
so the
Facebook.
video of course has been taken down, right? Alyssa,
Yeah.
you mentioned.
You can't play it.
Of course, those people who didn't manage to watch the video, so basically there were statements in the video that says bracket racist Chinese people effing it up. And statements about Chinese people not being able to pronounce the word colleague or clique properly.
To be fair, actually, I was one of them.
Oh, so you cannot pronounce the clique properly.
And then you taught me, and then I changed my ways, and I got my act together.
So last time you used to say click, click.
I used to say colleague. It's actually colleague.
Click, can you click on the mouse?
Yeah, colleague. It's my colleague. Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching us at home, let us know, right, what do you think about the ad and about the video? Are you for? Are you against?
Really, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, really, what are your thoughts,
Some
right?
people actually have no opinion about it at all.
Yeah, I didn't have an opinion yesterday. Remember when you asked me?
Initially,
I didn't have an opinion.
some people just take some time to process a bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I took quite a while to process it.
Fair enough, maybe because you're watching too much Good Wife.
Correct. I
So
think
your mind was on Good Wife. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the Nets e-payment ad first. Okay, so Mediacorp Celebrity Management Wing has since apologized for it. In it, Dennis Chu plays a Chinese man and woman, a Malay woman in a tudung, and with his skin darkened, an Indian man.
Okay, so yes, they should have known better because there have been past incidents. Remember that Toggle show, I Want to Be a Star, where
Yes.
a Chinese actor was had blackface on?
Yep, so that is
In
Shin
2016,
Pao.
yeah.
And then his co-star said something along the lines, right, of all Africans and Indians, they're all the same.
Nope, that's not okay.
That
okay?
is not okay,
And you would think, okay, so they've since
Yeah.
removed the episode from Toggle, and you would have thought that it was a huge media thing. I mean, I remember in the papers, it was everywhere. You
Yeah.
would think that they know, don't do that. Don't do brownface anymore.
Or in this case, blackface, right?
In this case, blackface.
Right.
Well, it happened again.
I mean, to be honest, how hard is it, right, to actually find a Malay or Indian model? I mean,
You qualify for one.
Exactly right.
why did
Exactly right. Why never call me to do it? Correct or not?
Exactly. I mean, they have Surya under them.
Yeah.
They have Vasantam under them.
There's so many. I mean, you claim that you have a lot of good-looking talents, right? Use
use
them,
them,
lah.
yeah, use them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can be argued that the ad is intertextual and it plays on Dennis Chu's ability to morph into someone else, like how he transforms into Auntie Lucy, when he cross-dresses into a middle-aged woman. But the thing is,
This ad, it claims it is for everyone. So why are we still using race as a classification, right? Why is race the first thing that comes to mind?
yeah, and what does race have to do with payment?
Exactly. You can group on other things.
Yeah, so certain races that you can't use the payment. So are they trying to say that, hey, so all these 4 races can use the payment?
Yeah. Then what happened? I'm part Dutch.
If you're like in the middle somewhere, then how?
Yeah, I'm part Dutch. So that means I cannot use the payment. But whatever it is, I mean, the classification, why is it based on race? There are so many other identifying markers, right?
Yeah, you can kind of by hobbies, interests, groups.
Or even occupations as well.
Yeah, why
Right?
not? Why not that? That really
Yeah.
is for everyone, or like different ages, like for babies to grandmas can use it because e-payment is so easy to use.
Exactly. At the end of the day, I think we should just look past race and start looking at people as Singaporeans. Because really, if you're talking about for everyone, then I mean, there are so many other things that you can group, right? And of course, like what you said just now, why is e-payment being tied to race? Although it'd be best for samurai, is that what you said?
Yeah, but then, but I think maybe it doesn't apply here because
Yeah
there's no
lah.
samurai here.
Correct,
But is it
that's
because
true.
Singapore, keeps touting itself as a multiracial country? So like we keep wanting
Yeah.
to remind people about it, but why?
Yeah. But anyway,
Not
also,
in this way lah.
Nets has come out today to apologize for the ad.
Okay.
And then we move on to the video produced by the siblings, Preeti and Subhas. We need to mention both of their names. So it is given, of course, that their vid is targeted at Chinese people. Some people see it as a satire, but she certainly missed the mark. So the ad itself is problematic because it makes a caricature of race, right?
Yep.
So if she had wanted to address that, then she should have focused on the ad alone and not attack another race. At this point, we want to make it clear that you can voice out. If let's say you're not happy of something, you can voice it out.
You can be angry.
You can be angry, right?
You can be angry.
But hey, I
Do
guess.
you fight fire with fire? Do you put out a fire with another fire?
What should have done? Maybe she should have asked why the agency approved this idea, and not assume that most Singaporean Chinese agree with the ad.
Now her video reaction to the Brownface ad, the e-payment ad, included this phrase, "How come you're so jealous of the color of my skin?" And the clip also contained profanities.
Now, of course, again, just to reiterate why many found it offensive, or at least what Minister K. Shanmugam has said, that it's because the use of vulgarities, rude hand gestures, but more than that, of course, it's conflated with an attack on another race and put out in public space. So it is actually a potent mix.
So it's when it's a compounded thing altogether, it's quite hard to solo. But Preeti and her brother Subhas, they did make it clear that the video was about racist Chinese people, not the whole Chinese race
There
in
was a
Singapore.
disclaimer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, does putting a disclaimer make it okay?
It's like
Let
saying,
us know.
I don't want to offend you, but
I
did.
don't mean to be racist, but Lisa, let us know, right? What you
Okay,
think.
if you agree or disagree, right?
Whatever it is, if you are going to use race for whatever reason, then you need to be aware of the very real sensibilities on this issue all around. It's like using fire, not just about what you use it for, but you need to know if you don't handle it well, you will get burnt. It's fair game.
We understand that. So the minister also said that there's fear that if this video goes unchecked, it will set a precedence for more racist videos to appear. So what Shanmugam said is this may be the case, but if this one rap video is allowed, then hundreds of others have to be allowed too. And then we have to quote this internet meme. How can this be allowed? How can this be allowed?
Okay, let's see. What do people say? Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Sean D says, how come don't have Eurasian? Hano, I also say, yeah, that's my point. Get a model of the certain race. I agree also.
So Dominic Goh says, but to be clear, I think MediaCorp's choice to brownface is really just plain stupid. It has happened so many times previously. Yeah. And you have thought they would have learned, right?
Darren Tay says, the ad is insensitive. She just be crude to the ad. Huh?
Okay.
I don't understand what was that.
Yeah,
Mas
not very sure.
Ardu says, if he says this video opens the floodgates to more videos like this, can we also say that we can use yellow face in future in our ads?
He didn't say that, but he did say that. Okay, he did say that.
Don't anyhow put
Yeah, don't answer. Okay,
Yeah.
so Taz Wagner says, I feel so disappointed at both Net's advertisement and Preetipls' video. Singapore has come so far to promote racial harmony. I've always admired Singapore for that. Don't go backwards, please.
Okay, so let us know, like, really, for those of you who are watching us, what do you think of the ad and what do you think of the video? Again, we want to reiterate is that, hey, if you're unhappy about something, yes, by all means, please,
You can speak out about it.
You can speak out about
You
it.
can, you
If you
can.
feel that it's injustice, you can speak out about it.
Yes.
But I guess it's the delivery of it, right? And the content of it. What exactly are you trying to say here? Are you not happy?
And how are you bringing it across as
Are
well?
you not happy with the ad because the ad is problematic? Then address that. Right? Okay. Moving on.
All right. So parents, the next time you want to tell off your children, if you don't work hard, you'll end up as a cleaner, you might want to think about that again.
For one, Mr. Vernon Kwek, his experience as a cleaner has helped him to run a successful cleaning company. Now this, however, didn't come easy for the school dropout. He was declared bankrupt before and had even gone to jail twice. Now when he became bankrupt, he cried for 5 days, but decided to pick himself up again after that.
That's way shorter than I would take. Usually, I think. I'll take quite a while.
I'll take quite a while also, yeah.
Quite a while,
I remember when I was younger, when my pet hamster died, I cried quite a while. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder you don't keep hamsters and you keep fish now.
Correct.
No wonder. Trauma.
Now, his cleaning company has nearly 3,000 employees and has an annual turnover of about $80 million.
We have a short clip of Mr. Vernon Kwek. Have a look.
My dad started his cleaning career in 1984 when I was in secondary one. So usually over the weekends I joined him to work as a part-timer, to wash toilets, wash floors. I love the job because I look around, nobody at my age doing so I thought it's a bit special. That time I was only 14 and a half. So I asked the boss, I said, supervisor, well, all the cleaners at that time are all 40, 50, 60 years old. How am I to command them? They can be my my parents or grandparents. I had a hard time, people don't respect me and things, and they don't take my instruction, you know, they think I'm too young for a soup.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. So sorry, we caught us looking at the comments.
Yes, correct. We're looking at the comments. Wow. I mean, you guys are partaking in the discussion, which is good, right? But of course, again, like what we said earlier on, let's keep it clean, right?
Okay.
No vulgarities.
No vulgarities and no racial attacks as well.
Yep. Now, for the full video of Mr. Vernon Kwek, of course, you can visit our website at www.straitstimes.com.
And guess what? We have Mr. Vernon Kwek on the show today to join us. So,
Welcome,
Kwek.
Mr. Kwek.
Come on.
Yeah, come in. Go on.
hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Shall we shake hands? Okay. Oh, sorry. I should.
Hi. Okay, we'll just call you Vernon, right? It's right that way.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, for taking time off to be with us today. So you did the interview with Kim Ho, and your story and the video did very well, right? Because really, your story is very inspiring. You basically, like the headline, it says that you cleaned up, right?
Yes.
He said, yes.
Before we start the interview, is there anyone you want to say hi to? Anyone watching this camera?
Hi, Jesus.
There we
Hi
go.
to your friends and stuff. Okay, nice. Okay.
All right. Now, maybe Vernon, if you can start off first, briefly, probably if you can start us with, how do you start with the cleaning business? How do you get into the cleaning business?
Well, I started when I was a school dropout, as what Kim Ho wrote. After that, during my secondary school days,
Yeah.
I think I was very inspired by our then PM Lee Kuan Yew, every day talking about cleaning campaign, right?
Yeah.
In the 80s. I don't know whether you all are aware.
No, I was not. I did not exist in the 80s.
At that time.
I did not. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was how you dabbled in it, yeah?
So we were in the school, we were told to draw, even from my primary school, we started to draw cleaning campaign, clean city and whatnot. We wanted to be the best airport, one of the best cleaning city. So I thought, why school is not teaching cleaning? So I will start searching answers outside. So one fine day, my dad lost his salesman job and he was looking for a job. And I was helping him to flip a Chinese paper and saw an ad, hiring supervisor, but I don't know what is that. So I told him to call, and he called. After a week, he came back with a motorbike and say, "Oh, son, thanks, I found a job." I say, "What job is that?" "Oh, supervisor." I say, "Supervise what?"
Yeah.
I say, "Cleaning." Wow. I say, "That's coincidence. It's something I like." So after a while, I think after 3 months, he asked me to help him. You're interested, right? Work as a part-timer. So he brought me to a couple of buildings, started teaching me washing toilets, cleaning glasses. And sometimes he bring machines back at home, teach me how to use we call a single disc, a scrubbing machine, In the 80s, a scrubbing machine is a big thing. Not now, now it's cheap.
Yeah.
So back then, was there that stigma that, hey, why are you doing cleaning?
Yeah.
Do you get that from other relatives, from friends, or?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing like that.
I just from our PM Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
so-
And Vernon, if you could tell us, to the part where you were declared bankrupt, what went through your mind at that time?
I don't know what is bankrupt at that point of time, but when I received a letter from official assignee saying that, you owe 265,000, so please attend the court on a certain date, and oh wow, I got a shock. 265,000 in the 1996 or 7, I forgot.
Yeah.
Probably equivalent to $1 million.
Yeah, that's quite a bit at that time, right? Of course, for those of you who have just recently joined us, right here we have Vernon. Now, Vernon's story with Kim Ho, one of our colleagues, actually did very well online, the video and the interview. And certainly we now have Vernon to share with us his story, how basically, he went from a bankrupt and then now he is a CEO of a cleaning company. So, so you've gone through all that, Vernon. So how do you bounce back? At that time, do you give up? Were you like down and trodden and say, enough? I'm done with this. I just want to, get a job and then that's it.
True.
How do you bounce back?
Well, after crying for 5 days, I asked myself, what's next? So my turn to look into the papers, looking for a job. So just nice, there's an ad in a company in Tampines. So I went for an interview, and the boss said, "Can you start work immediately?" I said, "Oh yes." And then I started, I think, almost the next day. The boss gave me a 2-door pickup.
Oh.
18 years old, Datsun pickup.
Oh, wow.
And then they say, okay, 1,300, no CPF. I say, okay, I grab it. No CPF, can you imagine? So I start, after a month or so, I thought, wow, 1,003.
Well, okay. Well, usually when someone mentions bankrupt, it really sounds like their whole life has come to a standstill, right?
Yes, yes.
But you sound very optimistic, actually.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I'm pretty sure there were low moments in your life.
Yeah.
How did you get through that or get out of?
Well, I was then single. I went to attend a few meetings with the official assignee. They briefed me what a bankrupt, all the do and don'ts. What you can't even take a cab. You have to declare your income and things like that. So I told myself, wow, that's over. I have to start a new page. So I went to look for multiple jobs. So 1,003 in the morning as a cleaning supervisor, and then I went to a mall to get another job. It pays me 1,008, and I got 3,001. I think probably within the second or third month, and that's not enough as well. So I went on to look for more part-time jobs, and I had some offer, and I joined a U.S. cleaning franchise company at that point. I think they're the largest. Cleaning franchise company in
So
Singapore.
essentially, there was a series of jobs.
That's right.
One
that's
after
right,
another.
that's
It sounds
right.
like.
So I was trying. I was thinking, see which one is more prospective.
Yeah.
Then I'll put all my time in there.
Yeah. And Vernon, just do you regret anything? If there's anything in the past that you could change or do differently, is there something that you would have done differently?
Well, frankly speaking, I don't think so. There's no regrets. I always told myself, God put me through all this for His reasons, and I think not many people. I look around my environment, my friends. Fortunately or unfortunately, none of them are like me. So I thought there must be a greater reason behind. So I push on.
So do you say religion helped you to get out of your low moments in life? Your
100%.
friends
Yes.
helped you as
100%.
well?
Yeah.
Right.
And Vernon, of course, to wrap things up here, right? What is your advice, to other people who could be in a similar situation as you were back then? Anything that you would want to share with them?
Sure. Maybe 2 points. One is we talk about bankrupts.
Yep.
I think bankrupts nowadays in Singapore is no big deal. If my memories permit, within 3 years or 5 years, if your debts is below 100,000, if you pay up regularly, official assignee will write you off straight away. It depends, right? And I think it's not so scary as if you can't take Grab or you can't take taxi. I think Singapore government is probably one of the best in the world in terms of the way they treat bankrupts. Yeah, so I think if you can think like me, I see bankrupt as an opportunity to go upwards.
Right.
On the other side, on my career, I think there's no shortcut. During my younger days, I took a lot of shortcuts. So there were a couple of times it's reported I went jail. That's also considered shortcut. I hired illegal worker and things like that. I think now our business is all transparent. Yeah, I think this is the right way to go.
We do have a question from one of our viewers, Darren Tain.
Sure.
So he asks you, is hard work, he wants to know the key, okay? Is hard working the key, or what other factors play a part in your success?
Well, you have to go the extra miles.
Go the extra mile. In what situation? Or
For my case, is in our industry, we probably have to be more innovative. Yeah.
There we have it. Once again, thank you so much, Vernon, for spending this time with us this evening to share a bit more about your story. Really, it's very inspiring indeed. From school dropout, and you've been knocked down a few times, bankrupt, and then there were other, moments that were quite unfortunate for you as well. But through it all, you've bounced back, and now, you have a company of your own, and it's doing very well. So, yeah, indeed very inspiring. Now, of course, if you want to know more about the story and the video that was done on Vernon, you can visit our website at www.straitstimes.com.
Thank you, Vernon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, just reading some comments right here, Alyssa, people are still people are still talking about our first segment.
They are?
Yeah. So we have Johnson Tan that says, definitely the ad is wrong. The rap video is provocative.
Hanzo Osna says, racism and discrimination must be stopped.
Yep. Sean D says, roles and races are two different things. Dave Chappelle did a whiteface comedy to get back at whites for playing blackface.
We do have someone called Hairianto.
Oh.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, but that's not me.
Yeah, that's not you. He brought up one thing that was actually brought up in media. Let's ignore job applications that requires Mandarin speaking only. Well, you need to look at the job. Some jobs warrant that, some jobs don't. And then, yeah, I can see why that would be problematic.
Correct. Oh, Darren was asking us, can I ask why the privilege is there for? Oh, if you've been watching our episodes the past few weeks, we do come out with these quirky words lah.
Yeah, just to kind of sum up. So there was a comment that this whole brownface thing, a lot of things surrounding it, and the word privilege was brought up.
There you go. All right, so continue to put in your comments and let us know really what you think of the ad as well as Preetipls' video. Moving on to our third segment. We are 1 week away to celebrating our nation's 54th birthday.
Yay! And we have an announcement to make.
Okay, you do it, Alyssa.
I do it, all right. Okay, so next week's Hangout is an NDP special, so we will not be here Thursday 8 p.m. We'll be reporting live from the Padang at 5 p.m. on National Day. That's on Friday.
So next Thursday 8 p.m. no show, ah?
Yeah, we won't be here.
It's Friday only. Now, we did something similar last year at the Marina Bay floating platform. Now, this year we will have 3 other colleagues joining us, colleagues,
in
the audience stand with the performers and members of the public around Padang.
Okay, so again, don't miss it. National Day will be Friday at 5 p.m. We'll be there. So we'll be bringing you kind of like behind the scenes, the pre-show stuff.
Yeah. And if you guys are going to be around as well, come and say hi to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Take pictures or whatever lah. Whatever you want to do.
But just not when we are live lah.
Correct.
In between, okay.
Yeah. And of course, stay tuned again. For those of you who have just joined us, stay tuned again till the end because we have an NDP giveaway. What is it? We'll tell you more.
You'll find out later.
Yeah,
okay? And we have another special thing right at the end. You'll find out later. Okay.
Exactly.
So the NDP celebration, this year it returns to the Padang once again since our SG50 celebrations in 2015.
Now this is equally significant too as the celebration is in conjunction with our bicentennial year.
There will be a special bicentennial segment featuring 8 floats representing long-standing local institutions during the show. So SPH is one of them actually.
Yep.
The parade will also feature a combined schools marching band, very, very cute costumes, and sing-along sessions with classic NDP songs such as
Stand up for Singapore.
So we did harmonize here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Match pitch.
I don't know how to do it.
Now, the show is told over 6 acts in line with the NDP theme of Our Singapore. There will be the crowd favourite, of course, the Red Lions. They are going to do a free fall from a height of more than 3,000 meters during the show's prologue segment.
Can I take this chance to say that I missed the NDU diapers? Okay, anyway.
Which we did last year, right?
Last year, okay. So the mobile column is also back this year. It's going to showcase the different military vehicles and assets from MINDEF and the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Yes, and there will be the largest ever prop for the parade, which is a 6-meter tall and 1,000 kilogram metallic lion.
It's epic. It's really very nice. I really like it.
So to those of you who are watching us right now, tell us, what are you looking forward to usually in the NDP show?
What about you?
Me, I like the mobile column and I like the sing-along as well because I like to sing, right?
Yeah.
Regardless whether it's off tune or whatever, I just like to sing.
I would say 90% you're in tune.
I like the mobile column simply because you don't get to see these vehicles every other day like a normal day, right? So it's actually quite nice to see, and wow, like we went to the preview, right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like all these Vehicles that you never knew we have all these vehicles.
And got the feels when you see these
correct.
people driving the tanks and all that,
Yeah.
and they are the people protecting us.
And you know you're safe.
And then you wave at them, then they don't wave back.
What do you like?
The feeling was great. Okay, one thing I like about National Day Parade is when we sing the national anthem, and especially so this year because the rendition is a little bit, it's quite unique.
Yep.
You'll find out on National Day. I don't want to give it away. I like that, and I like the fly past, especially when the flag is also being flown during national anthem and the pledge, and also the general, just the planes flying across.
The
fly past, fly past.
Although I have this theory, right? I told you, right,
Yeah.
that only when they fly past us, right, it's very noisy. Are they always noisy throughout the whole time?
It's okay. Let us know if you're a pilot. You know, like let us know. Okay.
Yeah, is it noisy all the time, or is it just purposely you're just fly past us, right? Then that's when the thing go, oh, right?
Or it could be something like sound barrier or physics or something.
Yeah,
which I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't
just
know.
let
Okay, it's
us
a mystery
know.
for us right now.
Now, talking about songs, this year's NDP theme song, Our Singapore, draw on the lyrics of past songs.
So the different verses, they were sung by 27 artists representing different generations.
Now, we caught up with our local musicians, Tim Dakota and Sarah Wee from 53A earlier. Now, they've been involved in NDP previously. Sarah and her band have performed the 2016 NDP song, Tomorrow Here's Today.
Tomorrow's here today.
Tomorrow's here today.
Tomorrow's here today. It's okay, so it happened.
And this year, she's performing for the show again.
We also played quite a fun game with them, and we caught up with them
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, so have a look at this interview. Okay. Yeah, so we have Tim and Sarah in the studios. Of course, Tim and Sarah, they have been involved with NDP. And in fact, Sarah, this year you're going to be involved again.
Yes.
In your alien-looking costume.
I call it, I don't know if this is offensive in any way, but I call it the Space Guan Yin Ma outfit.
Okay,
You know, because she's very regal, she's got the crown,
Yeah.
but then I'm like from space.
Right, okay, so that we have it. And of course, thank you so much, for coming on to our show. We have some questions for you, and then we'll play a little game. Don't worry, it's nothing too difficult. It's like a word association game.
Okay.
Where we'll give you a word that's to do with NDP, and then you just think of the first word that comes to mind. Yeah, but we'll do that later. All right.
So some people question the point of having a new NDP song every year, but what are your thoughts about it?
I personally feel like it's a good mix. I think in the past few years, it's been a combination of revamping old songs as well as writing new songs. I mean, people question it now, but back in the day when, all the classics that we love, that they insist on having like repeated through the years, those were the new songs that were being written for every single NDP. We wouldn't have Home if we didn't come up with that concept of writing a new NDP song every year. And we wouldn't have Tomorrow's Here Today, the new one. So I think it's important to pay homage to the old stuff, but I think it's also very nice for the new generation, like the kids now, to have their own versions of what will become their own classics.
Okay, it's not absolutely necessary, but I think it always gives you a nice feeling when NDP is coming around the corner and you look forward to something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to see what creative juices are flowing and keeping up with the trends today as well. It always adds a different dimension, especially for the kids. Like they have something new to learn in school, which is always a nice thing.
But, in terms of coming up with an ideal NDP song, what would you think are some of the ingredients? So when you did Tomorrow's Here Today, what was the thought process of that?
Actually, we didn't write the song.
Okay.
We arranged and we performed it.
Yeah.
But the main songwriter is Don Richmond. So he was the one who came up with it. I did record the demo for it, so I heard it in its very early stage. And we did make some tweaks here and there, so there was some contribution on our part,
Yeah.
in a way. What are the ingredients? The word home. Somewhere in there got star.
Yeah, I got to reach out for the
Island,
dreams.
dreams.
Tomorrow, but hand.
hands together. But I think as one. I think Singaporeans like feeling that hope and that reminder that while we are small, we're still very, we're very strong as a country. We're very resilient as a people.
Yeah.
So I think while it shouldn't be too sentimental, it should still have that kind of, tugs a little bit at your heartstrings, but it makes you smile.
we grew up with the 80s,
Yeah.
90s
Yeah.
Hugh Harrison, Jeremy Montero songs,
Yeah.
which were so iconic because like we learned it by heart and it was burned into our memories, right? Like,
Yes.
right? It's like these songs still today, like if you sing Stand Up for Singapore, it's like dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Like intro itself is like wow, what's happening? Like stand up and have some pride for the country. So I think when writing songs, I guess like artists like 53 and Sarah and Charlie and everyone actually based it on those emotions. Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, let's say you have a chance to write next year's NDP song, right? What's it gonna
You see the amount of
sound like?
stress,
You know?
like, the idea that you need to write it.
We'll start off with the word association first. Choose the 20 most important words to be included in the song. And I really like what Charlie and Adventure Time and Silicon did last year, like creating a new imprint on a classic. Because I think that's what Singapore is all about. Like we are very, like we said, a resilient, strong people, but at the same time, changes are moving like so fast, right? So how do we capture that, and how do you relate to both the young and the old people in the country? I would
What do
try
you
to
think
do
is
that.
lacking, in our NDP songs now?
It's been great. Like the changes that have been made in the past few years have been great. Like the fact that they even let 53A be the faces of the National Day song. You all know us because you come to gigs,
Yeah.
you watch us, but auntie, uncle at the hawker centre have no idea who we are. So when we came out, a lot of people were like, who are these people, But they actually took a chance and let us do it.
Yeah.
And that's what led to also, I suppose, Charlie and all
Yes,
that being a
yeah.
part of it. And now it's really like the musicians who are really in the industry now, the ones who the young people are listening to.
Yeah.
We say young people like we them.
That's right.
The young people, like the people who are
The younger people.
the younger
yeah.
people
Yes,
are,
the younger
are listening
people.
to now. Like these are the people that can resonate with them because it's relevant. We are in that age and we are the future of Singapore.
Yeah.
So before we're talking about nostalgia and then the songs you remember from your past. So do you have like one favorite NDP song?
You can say your song as well.
Ah, no,
If
no,
you
no.
like Tomorrow's Here Today.
You do?
Brownie
Actually,
points.
the video is like the nice long shots.
The
and everything.
video was so
The inside got
intense to
double-decker
shoot, man.
bars.
It was intense. But I actually really, really like Where I Belong, the one that Tanya Chua sang.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The changes on that song were actually quite cool, like the chord changes
Yeah.
and everything. It wasn't the standard like C, G, F.
Yeah.
It was, I think it was the start of like branching out and becoming like a pop song that you can actually sing to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't deny home.
Oh, of course.
Like if I'm overseas and if I'm away for too long, if I hear that song, then I cannot already. I have to stop.
I have a story about that. Okay.
What is it? What is it? Go on, tell us.
Okay, I'm putting myself out on the line because it's actually online for people to see.
Okay.
Okay. So we were at Singapore Day in London. I think it was 2018, start of last year. And so it was us, it was Aisha Aziz, Charlie Lim was there and all that. And then we had to sing Home. So I have to be the one to start the song because the band was there live. We were playing literally live. And, oh, sorry, but that part, the band wasn't playing. And just before we started singing Home, we did the Pledge and the National Anthem. Right before the Pledge and the National Anthem, they played a Lee Kuan Yew video.
Oh my goodness, so it's a combo of things.
But the thing is, we're not watching the video,
Yeah.
right? So we're looking out into the audience. And these are all Singaporeans who have been living in London for how many years?
Yeah.
Overseas.
Yeah.
And so there are all these aunties and like their families and uncles and all that. And when they were watching the Lee Kuan Yew video, they were already crying. They're crying, okay?
Oh, no.
So I'm on stage standing there and I'm like, and then National Anthem and everything happens and then they start this Home and I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Wherever I may choose to go. I'm not kidding.
So did you cry?
I did. I cried. I cried. But I tried to tahan lah, but you can hear like in
Lips
the video.
trembling and
You
all
can
that.
see in the video. And I think somebody actually commented like, oh my gosh, it's so emotional. The singer's actually even crying. I'm like, this is going to live with me for the rest of my life, man. But yes, that's the impact that song
That's
has.
how
man.
beautiful it is, right?
Everyone started crying. Like there was this couple that was in the audience. They're obviously like around our age, like early 30s, must have relocated.
Yeah.
But they were hugging each other and they were crying.
singing
And I
about
was like, oh my Not.
And all the more because it's for a song meant for people who are overseas. They're not at
Exactly.
home.
Yeah.
So all the more
Dick
when
Lee
they
actually
play
wrote
it.
it when he was in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then. So like it was, the feeling is translated into the song. So we can't help but feel.
Yeah.
Tim, share with us more because we understand that you're doing the Great Singapore, and of course, you're talking about Singapore as well, you
Yeah.
know, and music here. Tell us more about the Great Singapore Replay. So this is in its second season.
Yes, it's
Right?
coming to its second.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
The first season was 2 years ago. I think Sarah was involved in it, and it involved remaking Singapore classic songs. So there's a lot of pride in being Singaporean and everything. But season 2 is moving into a wider and a deeper network of the Singapore music scene, and we're trying to actually do an open call to young aspiring musicians to come on board to create original works based on Singapore's history. So actually the project is actually supported by Temasek Holdings, and they're actually trying to create a platform that enables the young people to expand and create opportunities with like big players in the music scene here, in the region, internationally, get access to producers, studios, publishing deals, all these kind of things that will actually help the music scene mature and grow.
Tim, as a music consultant for this show, can you explain in detail what exactly you do on the show?
What I do? Well, I'm kind of behind the scenes, trying to make sure that there's a quality of music, there is a depth of substance that the young artists can get inspired from, making sure that the young artists and the established mentors kind of get along and have a synergy that produces something beautiful, basically. So I'm kind of like the guardian of the season 2, I guess. Yeah.
So at NDP, do you guys sing live?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, because
always
that was what we
wondered.
were
Okay.
thinking.
That's what we're thinking. We're talking
Yes,
about
correct.
it.
We're talking about this.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. During our year,
Yeah.
there was a segment that we definitely sang live.
Okay.
Okay. So the tricky thing is that I can tell you right off the bat, if you ask any of the people involved in NDP to sing live, they confirm can sing live.
Yeah, of course.
But it is not a matter of whether people can sing live, it's a matter of making sure that, you know, there's no issues like equipment failure and stuff like that. So we are definitely singing lah. You know, we're definitely singing. How much of it is live, I cannot give away.
Right.
But we are definitely singing for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, the answer
Yes,
to our
we've got the
question.
answer to the question.
Read between the lines. So now we're going to play a very fun game, easy game with our guests. It's called Memories of NDP. So it's a quick fire one. We'll say one word to them and they have to tell us the first word that comes to mind or the first memory that comes to mind. Yeah. So are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, so
Evil smile.
no, it's easy. It's easy. So
Really easy.
whichever lah. Okay, Tim, you can go first, and then Sarah or
Okay.
whichever. Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. So first one, fun pack.
Jelly.
Jelly.
Oh, the jelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah.
Fun pack song.
Okay.
Okay.
You know it, right?
Wait, there's a fun pack song.
Yes. It's the fun
Yes.
pack. Let's get that fun pack
Oh, I
back.
didn't realize.
Based
Every
on
year.
Lady Gaga.
No lah.
Every year.
No, it was just the one. It was
One.
the one, and it
okay,
was
okay.
so iconic. It's so
Oh,
awesome.
wow. I missed out on that one. Okay, second word. First NDP.
I was in choir. In primary school.
Padang. Oh, my first NDP,
No, can be. I mean,
Anything.
yeah,
that
makes
comes
sense,
to mind.
Padang.
Padang.
primary 5 in next
Oh,
year.
you were part of it. Mine wasn't on the. I wasn't dancing. I was singing in the choir.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was doing. I can't remember what I was doing.
Oh, but you were a performer.
SYF.
It's the same year lah.
Yeah, lah,
We're
we're the same age. Yeah.
Ah,
we're the
okay.
same-
Yes.
We're probably there at the same time.
Yes.
Third one, man in uniform.
Police.
Army.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fourth word.
Black.
Okay, fourth one. Singapore flag.
Helicopter.
Red.
Okay. Next word, Padang.
Grass.
NDP.
Grass. NDP. Okay.
Okay, the sixth one. Red lions.
Parachutes. Eh?
I'm just seeing a red lion in my head now. I'm not very good with word association.
Okay, next one, 54.
53A!
Well done! But you don't know why it's 54, right? Because 54th birthday this year. Yeah.
So that's next.
Yeah. We are
Yeah,
celebrating our
correct.
54th.
You knew that.
Okay, next one.
Okay, 8th word, fireworks.
Katy Perry.
Very loud.
Okay, 9th word, NDP tickets.
I got.
I never got before.
There we go.
Do you know I've
You know
never
who to
watched
ask.
it? I've never watched an NDP. So every time that I've been in NDP, I give out tickets, but I don't get to watch.
Because, baller.
Now you know who to contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Only if I'm in the
exactly.
NDP lah.
Okay, last word.
Okay, Merlion.
Ayo, what?
My brain
Same.
is very weird.
There you go. Thank you so much, Tim and Sarah, for joining us on the show. And as we mentioned, Tim is a music consultant for the Temasek show, Great Singapore Replay. For more information on that, you can head to this website if you like.
Yeah, and of course, thank you, Sarah, for coming onto the show as well. Sarah is part of local band 53A. You can check them out on Instagram, on YouTube at 53A as well. That is
Okay, so-
53A.
Yeah, and the website I was talking about, it's stories.thegreatsingaporereplay.sg. Okay.
There we go. So, earlier on, we talked about we have a giveaway for NDP, right? So, our giveaway is...
Fun fact! Sorry, it's not the NDP tickets.
Yeah, sorry, team. We tried, but you know,
We can't get.
yeah, we have the fun pack instead. So what you have to do, basically, very simple. All you have to do is just go onto Instagram, search for us, follow us at Hangout with ST, and then comment on our NDP post with the title of the song that Sarah and Tim are going to sing at the end of this episode.
And don't comment yet because we have not posted the Instagram post yet. We'll do it after the show.
Yeah, after you have watched the special performance of Tim and Sarah at the end of this episode. Okay, so remember, follow us at Hangout with ST and then comment on the post with the title of the song that they are going to sing at the end of it. Now, winners will be picked on August 5th,
So please make sure.
2019.
2019, yes. And please make sure you can come down to the SPH News Centre from August 5th to August 8th to collect the fun pack, okay, if you win.
There we go. Woohoo!
Okay.
And once again, of course, don't forget our special Hangout episode that is happening on the 9th of August at 5 p.m. Next Thursday, we don't have a show at 8 p.m. because it's brought later on Friday instead.
Friday, okay? So we won't be here. Okay, so anything off on a light note, we have
Facebook Face Off. There we go. Okay, so Facebook Face Off is basically Ellie and I, we troll through our Facebook page to pick out the dumbest comments that netizens put on. I mean, hey, because you all always like to troll us, right? So we pick out your dumbest and wittiest comments, and then we go head to head to see who picked the funnier comment. If you think Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H. And
Okay.
Hairianto, by the way, has been winning 2 weeks in a row. Just so you know.
You purposely, right, say that because you know that they always like to tip the balance, right?
Oh, is it? No, I just wanted to keep score.
Okay.
Let our viewers know in case.
Okay, Ellie, you go first.
Okay, I go first.
Ah.
Okay, so this story is that Britain's falling pound signals Brexit dismay. Actually, the person who wrote this quite witty from ST. The sterling is expected to take a further pounding. Okay, and then Michael Goh is not going to give up. Michael Goh says, I'm pretty sure it will make a sterling recovery in no time.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Nice
good
one,
one. Nice one. All right, so mine. This is basically about Sephora, you know, personal. So there's a breach, data breach, right?
Yep.
And then Jason Sean says, oh my God, it's Sephora.
Jing, jing, jing!
Sephora to Sephora.
That was good.
That was good. So if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
You think Hairianto is funnier, type in H.
Okay, round 2, I'll go.
Yeah.
So basically, this is about the story. Household incomes, living standards have gone up in 5 years. The average monthly household income in 2017 and 2018 was 11,780, up from 10,470 5 years ago. I don't know where they get this figure from.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea, man.
Don't think my household income is
Is that
like...
much?
Now, Jackson Gunn says the only thing that has gone cheaper in the is the $54 handphone that nobody managed to get hold of.
That was funny. And he's referring to the Huawei phone. I'm sure you all know.
Oh, I didn't want to say it, but okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, just keeping you up to date. Okay.
Okay, Ellie, you go.
Okay, so this one I chose is please stop labeling our youth, start valuing them. Okay, they are not actually that different from the previous generation.
Yeah.
So, okay, this one is a bit, it's kind of like a existential, kind of life crisis kind of thing.
Okay.
I need to put a disclaimer. I'm someone who likes dark humor, so
Okay.
I understand this may not be a joke for everybody, but I found it funny, that's why I chose it.
So there's a disclaimer, huh?
Disclaimer, long disclaimer before this joke.
Okay.
So T. Gary says, he goes into a life story. When I was young, many employers told me I'm lowly paid because I'm young and inexperienced. When I'm old, employers then tell me I'm lowly paid because young people got more ideas and energy. I then realized my entire life is a scam.
T. Jerry.
I actually thought that was kind of funny, though.
Oh, I'm more sympathetic actually.
That's why I say it's dark humor. Lah.
That is true.
Kind of like,
Again, so if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
if you think Hairianto is funny, type in hate.
Okay, Alyssa, last round, you go.
Okay, last round. Okay, so this is the same story I chose as yours.
Yep.
The Sephora one.
Oh my god, this is
Okay, so I chose this guy because he clearly has his priorities right. He doesn't care whether Sephora gets hacked or not because he says, as long as my Pornhub account got breached, I'm okay. No problem. You can take my Sephora shopping history, don't take. But don't search my Pornhub search history.
Wow. Hashtag priorities.
Yeah, priorities.
Okay, wow, how do I even top this, man? Okay, my one is basically wildlife photographer snaps photo of sea lion falling into whale's mouth. And then, of course, we are very witty, right? The person who comes out with our caption, it probably didn't see the whale coming, SEA for
Wow,
SEA, right?
yeah.
And then, Andre doesn't want to give up and says, should have been its fate was sealed. And then Theodorosa says, probably had a whale of a time.
That's good. Actually, that's really very good, guys. That's really good. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Again, if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, you type in H.
Exactly. We'll give you some time to do your votes, the votings.
Yeah.
Let's see what else people have said. Oh, we have Jessica Tan that says, Alyssa, hopefully NDU Combat Divers will come back for you next year.
For me,
Yeah.
nice.
Hanzo says, too bad for me, still looking at the free NDP tickets. Been trying 3 straight years.
Okay, maybe there's an NDP ticket inside this fun pack.
We cannot promise, we cannot
We
promise.
can't promise, but
Yeah, we
maybe,
can't promise,
is it a possibility?
Correct, yep.
Anything's
But
possible.
exactly, but again, we want to let you know that next week, we are not on Thursday at 8 p.m. We are on Friday itself, because we are reporting live from Padang at 5 p.m.
And then we'll be joined by the rest of our colleagues, and it'll be a fun show. Okay, fun show.
Exactly. And we also have the NDP giveaway as well. Okay, we'll share a bit more in a bit. So, okay, are we going to close votings? In 5,
4,
4,
3, 2,
2, 1.
And the winner is... Oh, it's me!
See, I told you, you cannot say that. I'm really
winning and stuff.
Correct.
Now I doubt myself. Now I doubt my sense of humor. I don't know whether I won this because I said that or because I genuinely was funnier.
No lah, but
now we'll never know. We'll never know.
The Pornhub one is funny lah.
That was quite good,
Yeah.
right?
No, but I'm a bit scared though now.
Why?
What if our editor is watching and then he...
But it's not me with the Pornhub account, so it's okay. I don't care. Whatever.
Warren, we apologize in advance. Disclaimer. Now that is all we have for you this week at Hangout. Again, early on we talked about the Brownface ad and Preetipls video. Continue to put in the comments what you think of the video and the ad, because really we want to see what you think of those things. At the end of the day, what we want to say is just be nice to one another, right? Have empathy. Right? And then we spoke to Vernon as well. Now, Vernon picked up his life, from being a bankrupt and now holding on to a
Chief executive
position. Yeah. And then we talked about NDP, and we also have an NDP giveaway, this fun pack. So all you have to do is just follow us on Hangout with the ST on Instagram, and then comment on our NDP post with the title of the song that Tim and Sarah are going to sing at the end of this episode.
Very, very soon. Okay?
Very, very soon. All right. That is all we have for you this week. For more news and videos, do log on to straitstimes.com.
We're also on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
That's right. So once again, she is Alyssa.
And he is Hairianto.
Goodbye and see you next week.
1, 2, 3, and our hearts will be together, echoing what dreams may come, walking tall in any weather. Time has come, bang the drum, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, take the world by the hand, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, come let's go right away, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Ooh.